date!
I found it, Dr. Jones. I found it.
Harrison and Callista, straight ahead. Right here, sweetheart.
Harrison! To your right! To your right!
And to the right, Harrison.
Harrison, Callista, right in front!
Harrison, Callista, just
Right. Harrison.
Harrison, to your right!
Harrison, can we get you in the middle of the sign?
Can we get you?
I'm looking right in this lens here.
Harrison, all the way left.
Guys, to your guys, right in front of you, please. That's smile. All on board.
And everybody just cheer right a little bit.
And right again. And Phoebe, right here, sweetheart. Phoebe, right here, right in front.
Phoebe, right in front of you, please. Phoebe, over your right shoulder.
Phoebe, to the right, darling. Phoebe.
Come on down.
Matt, this way, straight ahead, please.
Matt, to your right.
Matt, right here, look this way.
And Matt's right here.
Matt, this way. Matt, right over here. Matt, look back. Matt, straight ahead.
Matt, right of me. All right, buddy.
Boy,
Come on now,
right
son.
here, look this way. Hang on.
Smile. Chin down,
And
chin down.
Boyd, right down here.
Chin down, boy. Right in front.
Big smile, sweetheart.
The front. Turn your body to the front of the dress. And then kick a left.
John, all the way left.
Here, to your right. Toby, to your right. That smile.
Toby, let me see the front.
Toby, let's have a smile right here.
John. Hey, John, right here, straight ahead.
Hey, John.
And show your arms, John. Arms. John, put your arms down first. Look this way, smile.
And Karen, right there.
Karen, right in front of you, Karen. That smile. Thank you.
Olivier, all the way left. Olivier. Stay there.
Thomas, to your right.
Right here, Thomas. Again, right here. Look back.
Thomas, one time right in front of you, sir. That smile.
And again, Olivier, straight ahead.
Olivia, right in front of you,
One
sir.
more time, Olivier.
Last one, bud, right here.
And Frank and Kathleen, right here.
Folks right next to him. That smile.
This way, Steven. Back this way.
Steven, sir, right in front of you.
And again, right here, Steven. There's Spielberg. And together on the right, please.
Last one.
Key, again, right here. Wave at me. Right here, guys. Key.
Rod, Key, right here, guys. That smile. Sit up. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello. Rod, right here. Thank you, guys. Give me here. Last one. Thank you.
Over your shoulder, love. Jeanette, look back.
Turn the thumbs up again, Tony. Can I see the back? Let's see the back. There you go. Where's the splash down?
Oh my God, you know, we've been sitting on this film for so long. I'm so excited for it to come out. And it's such a ride and it's such an adventure. And I'm just so happy to be in with an audience experiencing it. It's very hard to describe because it feels incredibly surreal, but also like the gravitas of it is, I'm reminded of that every day with every poster I see and every fan that I meet of the movies. And you just hope we haven't, messed it up. I don't think we have. I think Jim has done an amazing, amazing, beautiful, beautiful job. And there are so many beautiful Easter eggs in there from the original films, and so many tips of the hat all the way through. And I think it really is just a really special movie. Well, this is where it belongs, you know? This is how we're supposed to see it. And like some movies are shot to be seen this big. And even when we were shooting, when you see these like crash zoom close-ups of Harrison and he's like, this way, you're just like, yeah, you want it to be huge. So I can't wait to see it. I mean, the whole crew just melted when he came out in the outfit for the first time. I think we'd been filming for about a month and we were in Sicily, and maybe even more than a month, but he walked out onto set very casually and we were all just like, and then the only note I got for the rest of the day was to stop smiling behind him, because I was just like, even though we were meant to be going into a terrifying cave, I was like,
Well, it's, you know, people talk about, oh, I never thought I would be part of a film series like this, but it's definitely true that an action film it was not the kind of thing I thought I would ever get to be a part of. So I'm very proud to be part of this, and I think it's probably the most emotional of the films that I've seen or been, you know, that I've seen in the sequence. I think it's that the film can embrace so many different sort of registers of tone. It seems to be both serious and comic at the same time. It seems to be ironic but very passionate, and all of those different registers. It seems to be they found a form to embrace all of that, and I think that's what this one does as well.
Well, it's not my first film, but my first premiere ever. And for Indiana Jones, the biggest movie of this year, probably, maybe of the century. Yeah, that's awesome. No, it's great. I flew in from Amsterdam, Netherlands, and it's a great honor to be part of this, absolutely. Well, the first time I came on set, I actually met him. He just came off set, and I said to him, I'm going to be the one chasing you out through the movie as the bad guy. And he looked at me and said, I quit, and he ran off set. And he stayed in his character, and it was the best moment for me to meet Indiana Jones and Harrison at the same time. Yeah, it was really good.
Mr. Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
Let's hear it for the cast and filmmakers of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny!
Okay, one last thing. There are three indispensable people without whom none of us would be here tonight, and that starts with the person who created Indiana Jones, George Lucas. The person who is Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. And the person who is the glue to all five of these films that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I don't know if you've seen the film, but yeah. So I kind of sneak into it in a little part. They've been keeping it very, very secret. So that's been challenging for me to know for the last 2 years that I'm in the film and not be able to breathe a word of it. That's been not the most fun thing I've ever had to do in my life, but now it's delightful to be a part of this one, and delightful particularly in the way in which, you know, they brought my character back into the story. So, you know, I feel very happy that Marion kind of, you know, gets to have a little apostrophe at the end of her story. It's great. I mean, it's such a delightful thing to be in a film that has, you know, I mean, I know people who are showing it to their great-grandchildren now. So that's unusual. I've made a lot of films. I don't think that there's another film I've made that has this kind of legs, as you would call it. And, you know, it's nothing but a wonderful thing when a film kind of captures people's hearts that way. So I'm appreciative, is what I am, yeah. It's a wild, you know, constantly moving story, and I think that everybody is, you know, getting ready to go on a wild ride with the film. It's filled with, like, wonderful kind of twists and turns.
This is what it's all about. We've been shooting this film like a year and a half ago. So now it's happening. Now we're going to show it to the fans, the people who've been following this franchise for 42 years. It's very exciting. Yeah, but I can only say that it's surreal. I mean, I grew up with it. I was 15 when I watched it on a VHS, and I rented 5 different films, but I ended up watching Indiana Jones 5 times instead. It just blew us away, my entire generation, and so be here now 42 years later, it doesn't make sense, but I'll take it. Yeah, he appeals to everyone. I mean, my generation, my parents, my kids, can't wait to show it to my grandkids. It's something about Harrison as well, isn't it? It's just something about him. But I'm very excited to say that, genuinely say this is a real Indiana Jones film, another one. We get all the roller coaster stuff, but we got something new here, I think. Obviously, because of his age, it's quite touching.
Well, it's nice to be back in Hollywood. I love the States, but it's been a long time since I've been back in LA and back in Hollywood. And the last time we did this particular one was 1985. Dear Lord. I was a young boy then. I'm only 28 now. As that magnificent actor, Paul Freeman, says in the first one, the Ark is history. And Indiana Jones has brought forth I must have met at least 500 people who are archaeologists or museum curators, all of whom say, if it hadn't been for Indiana Jones, we would never have done this. Oh, just to see whether it fits in with their dream of Indy and another adventure. If we do that, then we'll have made a lot of people happy. And the other day I was at a fan convention and 3 men came up. Grandpa had seen the film when he was 11. He'd taken his son to see the film when he was 11 in the cinema. And they had just taken their grandpa's 11-year-old grandson to see the film in the cinema. I think there are more generations who will come and watch this movie, these movies. It's a great romp.
This is what it's all about. We've been shooting this film like a year and a half ago. So now it's happening. Now we're going to show it to the fans, the people who've been following this franchise for 42 years. It's very exciting. Yeah, but I can only say that it's surreal. I mean, I grew up with it. I was 15 when I watched it on a VHS, and I rented 5 different films, but I ended up watching Indiana Jones 5 times instead. It just blew us away, my entire generation, and so be here now 42 years later, it doesn't make sense, but I'll take it. Yeah, he appeals to everyone. I mean, my generation, my parents, my kids, can't wait to show it to my grandkids. It's something about Harrison as well, isn't it? It's just something about him. Well, I'm very excited to say that, genuinely say that this is a real Indiana Jones film, another one. We get all the roller coaster stuff, but we got something new here, I think. Obviously, because of his age, it's quite touching.
What a joy! I mean, honestly, how unreal to find myself here. We've been trekking through the streets of Morocco. We've been on the beaches of Sicily. We've been in Scotland and in London and on giant sound stages. And now we're here with a finished film to share it with indie fans around the world. You know, Indy is not a Superman. He's not a superhero. He's from the moment we meet him in Raiders of the Lost Ark, we see someone who's trouble with relationships, who gets kind of a little freaked out in crowds, who isn't connected to his students, who really is much more comfortable lost in a book or in a cave. So Harrison digs into all that and loves it because I think it makes him so much richer as a character and funnier. I just think it's such a joy to see Harrison back in action, to feel the beauty and the power of John Williams' powerful music, written in pencil on a piano by one of our most preeminent composers at 90 years of age. That to me, it's Indiana Jones films, before they're anything, are a love letter to movies, golden age classic movies.
It's amazing. It feels like a dream. I feel like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. And I love all the fans. They're all amazing. They're all smiling, and I love them. I love this movie. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is amazing, and I love this franchise. And I'm looking forward to people to finally watch the movie for the first time. I mean, seeing it on the big screen is amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and I don't know, watching Harrison Ford being back again to play Indiana Jones, it's an amazing feeling. I'm excited for them to discover the entire movie, for them to discover the 25 first minutes, which are amazing. I'm looking forward to them to meet other characters such as Helena, Teddy, Ronaldo. I'm looking forward for people to watch it.
Well, I'm celebrating this film and this installment, but I'm also celebrating all of those people who have kept us making these movies for 42 years and whom I owe everything. And I really hope that they like our movie. That's very important to me. That I think the kind of film that is passed on from generation to generation is the kind of film that I grew up and treasured. That family aspect of these films, I think, is one of the most important things to me, because we've gone from generation to generation through the agency of family. I mean, you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, it really is a celebration. It's 42 years ago the film came out yesterday. So here we are doing it again, and still the same guy, Harrison Ford, who is a legend, but doesn't make you feel like he's a legend. He just makes going to work, like going to the construction site or something like that. I'm tickled to be a part of it, and I'm happy with the fans to see it. He's just a relatable hero, and I think what they'll find the most, I hope, is it's just a moving and touching story. It's surprising how it kind of gets you in the throat at the end.